14 singer-songwriters remain to compete in Canada's most prestigious talent showdown. Each week, they'll take part in tasks that will hone their songwriting skills and showcase their own original music. At stake for our artists, contract with Omen Music, a publishing deal with social platform Vamper, the chance to tour the world with Degi Entertainment, a premier performance spot at Canadian Music Week, and the title of winner of The Shot Canada.
Day 6. Here we go. We're about to get let in. Hey everybody, how's it going? All right, mic test, good. Camera. Good. Hopefully we don't switch groups again.
Welcome back, artists. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Say hello once again to head judge CJ Allen. Good morning, CJ.
Hey, CJ.
Good
morning, guys.
DJ.
Good morning, Sam. Good morning, artists. Welcome back. Unfortunately, James was the 6th artist to be eliminated from the competition yesterday. Sam?
And artists, we all know the pressure that the COVID pandemic has put on the music industry. We know the stress that lockdowns have put on the mental health of so many Canadians and people around the world. We have felt the feelings of missing friends, loved ones, and we all long for some normalcy in our everyday lives. While we see the news headlines and listen to reports about case numbers, our experiences with the pandemic are from a distance in comparison to the doctors, nurses, and other essential frontline workers who have seen that impact the pandemic has had on our communities over the past year.
Artists, it has to be said that the amount of respect and appreciation we all have for our frontline workers is immense. While that admiration seems to have waned slightly as we all become more complacent to our new reality, in contrast to the outpouring of support for these professionals at the onset of the pandemic in 2020, it's important to keep the sacrifices these individuals have made in mind. They are in a war against an invisible enemy, and like any great war hero, they are deserving of a song that celebrates their heroism.
For your session today, we would like to invite you to write a thank you letter in the form of a song to the frontline workers who, even at this time of filming, are showing up work across Canada to save lives.
Damn it, Sam.
I know. Sorry.
My friend and former judge for The Shot, singer-songwriter Stacey Zeggers, will be your guest judge today, artists. And also with us to hear your songs and to represent frontline workers is Kayla, a pediatric nurse from South Lake Regional Health Center in Newmarket, Ontario. And we're very lucky and proud to have Kayla with us.
Woo! Tears in the eyes, people. Tears in the eyes. Okay, I'm gonna get through this. While recognizing the importance of your songs today, we still have a competition to do. And, as usual, Stacey will be selecting her favorite song of the day, giving immunity to the winning group. And that group will also have a private mentorship session with Stacey. Stacey will also, as you know, unfortunately, be choosing her least favorite song of the day.
And it is still a competition. And so today will be a double elimination. In addition to Stacey's selection for bottom group, myself, Jennifer, and Eric will choose a second group that will lose one of its members today.
That's a lot at stake today, artists. And with just 2 more group sessions left in this round of the competition, it is time to step it up. Are you guys ready to get started?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right.
Absolutely.
Here's what I ask of you. Write some beautiful music today. You have just 6 hours to write, record, and submit your letter of thanks to our frontline workers. And your time starts now.
See you later, guys.
Right.
See ya.
Yeah.
All right, we just got our task, and it's to write a thank you letter in the form of a song for frontline workers. And I'm stressed and excited, and I hope that we can do them justice.
With today's session underway, the groups begin writing and recording their letter of thanks to the healthcare professionals and essential workers who have been at the front lines of fighting the pandemic. Partway through their writing process, they meet with guest judge Stacey Zagers to receive initial feedback before heading in to present their songs to resident judges CJ Allen, Jennifer Beavis, Eric Johnston, guest judge Stacey Zagers, and special guest Kayla, a pediatric nurse from South Lake Regional Health Center.
Welcome back, judges. Jennifer and Eric. Stacey, hi. And Kayla, thank you for joining us this afternoon. It's our pleasure to have you.
Yay! Thank you so much for having me.
You're very welcome. Looking forward to having you hear these songs. I'm sure the songwriters have put a lot of heart into what they've written today. To start, Stacey.
Yes.
Give us your impressions of Group Evolve with group leader JSJ. How were they for you in your session with them?
Yeah, they were great. They seemed to get along well. They had a really good charisma about them, and it seemed really natural that they would be working together. Everyone sort of flowed really well. So I really enjoyed the song they came up with. I didn't have a ton of critique for them, so I'm excited to see or hear what they came up with.
Cool. Okay, if they're here, let's bring them in.
Hello.
Hello
there.
Group Evolve.
Howdy.
Hello.
How is everyone?
Say hello to Jennifer, Eric, and welcome back, Stacey, and say hello to our special guest, Kayla.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi, everyone.
Such a pleasure to meet you. Thank you so much for everything you've done.
Thank you.
JSJ, group lead today.
No, Natasha.
Yeah. That was
Natasha is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
Natasha,
Good to know.
tell us how it went today.
It went really well, actually. So we really came together as a team yet again. These guys are really great to write with. I mean, they're just like, they just have so many ideas, and we just bounce off of each other. We just really wanted to obviously write a thank you letter to our frontliners, and just really put it in a song, and just to show how much we appreciate everything that they're doing, you know. So I think we got the message across, and yeah.
Okay. JSJ, you echo that?
I would say, yeah. We had a great time working together once again. Everything kind of flowed. Today was a little bit less flowy at the beginning, I would say. We were kind of bashing our heads against the wall, just trying
Why
to
is
figure
that?
out. Well, just because we wanted to figure out a way to say thank you without it being right on the nose, and we wanted to find, like, it was just trying to balance on how much generality do.
You
How
got
much-
it. Take a
Yeah.
breath.
Great.
It's the choker's fault. It's
We
the choker.
We wanted to know. We wanted to walk the line between being very general and very specific to each of the frontline workers. So we wanted to make sure that we kind of made everyone feel involved. And so at first it was difficult, but once we found our groove, we really just started flowing, like Natasha said. So it was once again a pleasure to work with everyone, and I think I love the song, so I'm excited.
Okay. Camry, I'll come to you in a minute. Right now, let's hear the song.
Dear you, tell me how you're feeling. I know it can't be easy to fight what you can't see. Dear you, heard you're working on the weekends, all night barely sleeping, eating, yeah, it's been a long year. You rise above get tough when it's not enough to just believe. I can't imagine how you feel right now, trying to run a race on a merry-go-round. You keep our family safe by not being with your own. Thank you doesn't cover how you've kept our house a home. Dear you let a mother keep a daughter, you let a brother keep a father, getting us closer to free. Dear you, know that we're still cheering, even when you cannot hear us. Believe us, it's louder than New Year's Eve. You lead the way to brighter days. Your smile and strength make us believe. I can't imagine how you feel right now, trying to run a race on a merry-go-round. You keep our family safe by not being with your own. Thank you doesn't cover how you've kept our house so home. Oh, thank you doesn't cover how you've kept our house a home.
Evolve. Wow. What
It's
a way to start.
beautiful.
Wow.
Oh,
Beautiful.
yay, yay.
I love the
I
run
couldn't
a
look at
race.
Kayla.
Run a race on the merry-go-round. Yes.
Yeah, that's great.
Oh,
You found the right words. Perfect.
yeah.
Pam, are we happy with that?
I really am. I found like today at first was a challenge for me because at the beginning of the pandemic, I actually wrote a song called Frontline and kind of gave myself the same prompt because I wanted to do a thank you to frontline workers. I ended up doing a big like video and stuff, making a song about basically as a letter to say thank you. So I was trying to pull from the same space without, reusing any lyrics, reusing like any of this. I was like, okay, how do I take this from a different angle and kind of approach it again? So that was a personal, like internal struggle that I was like, okay, how do I take this on again in a new way? And it was really good. It really like brought me out of my comfort zone and pushed me to think about new ways of looking at things. And I think that we're really good at just like dumping all of our ideas at once, and we're honest with each other, like, hey, that doesn't work, I don't like that and stuff. And we flushed out everything until we got going on one idea, and then the wheels started turning. And Stacey was really helpful in helping us just fine-tune some lines that weren't working, like the run a race on trying to run a race on a merry-go-round. That was definitely one that we re-looked at afterward. And the production is beautiful. I think it turned out really well. I mean, I got emotional hearing it, so I'm really happy with what we did. Yeah.
Let's get some thoughts. Jennifer.
Well, like I was about to say, I couldn't look at Kayla while the song was on. So I'm not gonna be able to look at Kayla for any of the songs. Yeah, really beautiful. I love running a race on a merry-go-round. If that doesn't encapsulate the whole thing, nothing else does. And, helping us when you're, keep a house a home, when, that sentiment of being away from your own family and stuff like that. I love that. I think it's an amazing thing that you guys did in 6 hours? What did we have? 5 hours?
I think it was 6, yeah.
I think like you guys are showing your game for sure, without a doubt.
Kayla, how do you feel about it?
You guys, that was so beautiful. I mean, I'm choking back the tears, but you guys hit the nail on the head, I think. A lot of that really was personal to me. So yeah, it was beautiful.
Is it on Spotify yet?
I
Wow.
guess it will be.
Yeah,
Oh,
it should
that's
be.
so good to hear.
You did a beautiful job, and thank you for running with today's brief and making such a beautiful song. We'll see you in a while.
Thank you so much, you guys.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Go breathe. Go run on the merry-go-round.
All right.
Wow, that was great.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
that merry-go-round, they had running on Steam on the merry-go-round, and I was like, oh, that's the only thing I want you guys to change is that Steam to something else.
No,
And
you
they
totally
picked the-
nailed it.
They picked the perfect word, running a race. I wouldn't have even thought of that, I don't think, and they picked the perfect word, so that's beautiful. Yeah.
Good way to start. Good way to start.
Right.
Soon. All right. Stacy, PSLJ, the second group that you saw, who, PDs, can you confirm for me that it is Alicia that is the group leader?
Yes, it is
Affirm.
Alicia.
Okay, thank you. The second group that you saw.
So I really felt like they were an experienced group. When in talking to them before hearing the song, they said that they all wrote, often and came from kind of a songwriting background. I will say I think I gave them the most amount of critiques, and I actually asked them to take the bridge in a totally different direction than they were, and then they had thought of. So I'm really curious to see if they took my advice. And I know that it was a tall order because they only had a little bit of time to rewrite that whole bridge. But yeah, so I'm curious to see what they did with it and how they took my advice.
Okay. If they're here, let's bring them in.
Hello, everyone. Hello. Alicia, do you have the internet this week or no? Yes or no? You have access to the internet, Alicia?
That's funny. She can't
Still
even hear
no.
you.
Still no.
Got it now. I got it.
Do it.
Was it a yes or a no to having a connection, Alicia? Was it?
Oh, she froze. That's funny.
Oh,
you know what I'm
Alicia.
gonna do? I've got a solution to this. You guys get
Just
to
come
see
like
me.
to Eric's.
That was timed comedically perfectly, Alicia, by the way. I don't know if you have a background in comedy,
Just-
but
you know what? I'm just gonna use my webcam on my computer because it's been a little bit more consistent.
Holy crap! That was
two different people.
Okay. Well,
We got the kitty.
PSLJ. Say hello to Jennifer, Eric. Welcome back, Stacy, and say hello to our very special guest, Kayla.
Hi, Kayla.
Guys.
Hi, guys.
Hi, Kayla.
Alicia, I'm talking directly to you, group leader.
Hey.
How did it go today?
Today went good. We were all, I think, a lot more tired than we've been any other day. But that being said, we spent most of our day really coming up with what I think are strong lyrics and, a song that kind of started out as a broad thank you to all frontline workers turned into the story of two people that are going through the motions and working nonstop through a pandemic and holding strong. And I'm not going to give away the ending, but yeah.
Okay. There's a different vibe with you guys than the last time we saw you.
Happier.
No.
No, yesterday they were, yeah.
We'll get to that. Now let's hear the song.
She's sleeping on her feet several days a week. She's sacrificing everything for a family she doesn't see. He's waking up at 3 a.m. He's got a long haul again. And the world stops spinning if his wheels do. But the man's just doing what he's gotta do. What he gotta do. Up all night and all day long, they live the words to a hero song. They make the most of the little things in a world that feels way too big. It's more than what we've asked of you, but for everything you do, thank you. Happened in an instant, nobody expected. And now you're moving mountains when you wanna quit, but you still showed up for it. giving all your sweat and grit. Up all night and all day long, live the words to a hero song. They make the most of the little things in a world that feels way too big. It's more than what was asked of you, but for everything you do, thank you. Headlights hit the driveway, and they're home at the same time today. The neighborhood comes alive, and their cheering fills the night. Up all night, all day long, they're looking forward to a night at home. He parks the truck, she waits and scrubs, and they hold each other close. They make the most of the little thing when the world feels just way too big. It's a lot to ask of you, but for everything you do, thank you. Well, thank you.
Yay! Good job,
Levi.
guys.
Oh.
Levi, happy with that?
I think the song is fantastic. It's gorgeous. Am I happy with my performance? No, I mean, I'm sluggish. I don't know how many takes it took me just to do that alone. But you know, I mean, there was parts I'd redo it better. But the whole song itself, I actually almost cried a little bit there, because if you really pay attention, it's pretty touching. So yeah, I think it's a great song.
Mandy?
Oh, hi. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Hi.
Oh.
Hi there.
Oh,
I absolutely love this song. It is my favorite song of the contest that I've been a part of. And here's why. I think this is a really difficult challenge to do, where you're not just like putting out all the information of like, thank you for this and thank you for that and yada, yada, yada. I think listening to Stacey, like we kind of had something like that at first, and then we really listened to Stacey and she's like, tell the story. And then we used also the feedback from Murray yesterday as well, right? Because he said the same thing, tell the story, use the twist. And we went back again and spent an hour, if not more, really working that ending. And I mean, Alicia was brilliant, just throwing up the like scrubs, truck, boom, boom, boom. And then fitting that bridge in where we tied in the first verse and the second verse together, where you have the two characters together. So yeah, I really loved it. I thought it was, I think we stepped it up a level after we talked to Stacey. I think we bumped that song up. So yeah, I'm really proud of it.
I like songs because I'm a visual guy. I don't know if you guys can tell. Everything I do is very visual. And I like to be able to picture a music video as I'm coming along with a song, and I could picture the music video for it. I think that's a huge selling feature for your song, for your abilities. Levi, I'll say to you, I know that CJ, when he asks that question, it's a little bit of a trap. And I'm a little like, when it's like, well, so how was it for you? Because you don't know how to answer, because you want to answer confidently, but you also don't want to look delusional, but you also don't want to shit on yourself. So it's a hard question to answer. I always feel bad when CJ's like, so what'd you think of that, Levi? But I think you gave a great response in terms of it is a well-written song. I could tell you were just tired, but I think the tiredness, if cleaned up a little bit, obviously in post, like Jen was saying, the tiredness works for the song because he's a frontline worker who's tired. So
we'd actually considered putting a yawn in there.
Don't worry, I'll give you some of my yawns that CJ cuts out of the show.
But the pace, of the song.
Yeah, I think the pace was
tempo,
nice for the storytelling. The tiredness did work. Yeah, but I think, again, I just think it was good. That's good. That's good. That's it. That's
you
good.
guys are going to make it friggin' hard. Thanks a lot for being talented.
Well, it was hard for us all day, so right back at you.
What's your daughter think, Levi? Did she listen to the song?
She's not here this weekend, actually.
Oh, okay.
Unfortunately, that was last weekend. I only get her every other, so
right. Well, she'll probably hear it anyway, so.
She's definitely going to hear it, and I honestly think she'll love it. She's been such a big supporter and fan of all the stuff we've done. So yeah, she'll be good.
Stacey?
Well, thank you for taking my advice. I almost cried there too when you guys said that neighborhood like cheered, because it just reminded me of a year ago when people were like hitting pots and pans and stuff, and I was like, what beautiful like visual to bring back into this song. And I knew it was a super, super tall order for me to be like, hey, rewrite the end of your song basically, but then you also have to record it after that. Yeah. So thank you for taking the challenge, because I really think it stepped your song up a notch, and it was just such a nice what word am I looking for? Surprise conclusion to the story, and it just like ties it in a little bow and gives it to your listener. So you guys did a really good job, and I appreciate you taking that little bit of advice that I have. You guys made it so much better than I imagined.
Kayla, how do you feel about it?
Oh, you guys, this is, I'm glad I'm not a judge, because there's no way I could decide. That was beautiful. I actually could vision myself in a lot of your lyrics, and as well as my husband, because he's a frontline worker too. So yeah, that really pulled at my heart there. That song was good. Beautiful. I have no words. I'm speechless.
We appreciate you so much.
Thank you very much for all you do.
Thank you, guys.
All right. We'll see you later, group.
Thanks,
Thanks,
guys.
Cool.
guys.
Thanks, guys. Take care.
This is going to be hard.
It is going to be hard. That was a nice song. It was nice.
Mhm.
That was good. It's hard to compare because the first one was such a hit. You know?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
Like having a really
I think
Pretty
the
close.
production and how it's sang has a lot to do with it as well, right? Like she sang it so well in the first one. Yeah, I think with a little more production, that would have been really good.
Yeah.
But it's
But
hard.
still-
Like I said, they took that hour to like do the advice that I gave them, rather than spending that hour on production.
I was talking to my ex, remember CJ, I was going to get him, and he called me today. And he's a music publisher. He's been in the music business his whole career. And I was explaining to him the process. So when I said about yesterday's competition, he's like, so how long do they have to write it? And he said, like, what, a week they have to come back to you? I said, no, 6 hours. And he's like, what? And I said, yeah. And they really, really did it. Really, like, it's so impressive. So pretty cool.
All right. Stace, the third group that you saw, 700 Sounds. How were they with you? What was their session like?
They were great. In all honesty, I know one of the people in the group personally. So I had really high expectations and they wrote a really good song. There was a few things that I had critiqued that I just felt didn't flow. But they were great. They just seemed really eager to learn and to see what I had to say. So looking forward to that.
All right. Interesting. Well, it's anything like the first two.
I promise it won't sway me in any way.
No, not at all. No.
Patrick, I assume?
Yeah, he's from London.
Yeah. Oh, did I raise? I didn't mean, did my hand raise? No, okay.
If the next three are anything like the first two, I may have to get myself some Kleenexes.
They are that, and the last two are really, really good.
What's your husband do, Kayla?
He actually works in long-term care, so he's in charge of multiple buildings, making sure they're up and running, and when anything breaks, he's got to go in and get those fixed. So, I mean, it's kind of hard for him because he's not a healthcare worker. Like, he's not taking care of the sick, but he sees it. So he's not used to that. So I think through the pandemic, it's really affected him too. But yeah, I think in the first part of the pandemic, it was him leaning on my shoulders, and now I'm leaning on his shoulders. So yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Can't even imagine. Can't even imagine. No. We are the entire country, province, community, everyone is completely indebted to all of you, to you and to your colleagues.
Yep.
It's insane.
You guys are very sweet. Thank you.
Well, you deserve more than just the words, like Jen was saying. You deserve so much more than just words.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Hello.
Hey.
700
Hey, guys.
sounds. How are you guys?
Good.
Pretty good.
Good. Say hello to Jennifer and Eric. Welcome back, Stacy, and please say hello to our special guest, Kayla.
Hello.
Hi, you guys.
Sam, group lead today. How'd it go?
It went really well. I think, yeah, we really got into it right away. It's been a blast working with these guys. We really worked well together, and we really wanted to take this challenge and not be so on the nose about the pandemic and about everything about that. But we also wanted to show the right amount of respect and gratitude for all the work the frontline workers have done. So that was our goal with this piece, and I think we did. I'm really proud of this song. So yeah.
That's a good entry point. Let's hear it.
Saw the pictures in the paper, saw the story on the news. It didn't hit us until later, when it was someone we knew. Came in like a bombshell, no idea what to do. We rang the alarm bell, and the burden fell on you. It's the fight of our lives, glad we got you on our side. Didn't see it coming, all or nothing. You held down the front line. In the trenches, no glory. Everyone should know your story, 'cause the only way to ever win a war is when people like you take on more than they asked for.
Take on more than they asked for.
Don't know how to say it, but when it all works out, you're the kind of fighters they write books about. It's the fight of our lives, glad we got you on our side. Didn't see it coming, all or nothing. You held down the front line. In the trenches, no glory. Everyone should know your story, 'cause the only way to ever win a war is when people like you take on more than they asked for.
Take on more than they asked for.
Don't know how you do it, everything you've risked. Keep going back in, you were made for this.
You were made for this.
It's the fight of our lives, glad we got you on our side. Didn't see it coming, all or nothing. You held down the front line. In the trenches, no glory. Everyone should know your story. One thing I know for sure, people like you are more than we could ever ask for.
More than we could ever ask for.
Damn.
Yeah.
This morning, I said frontline workers are in a war against an invisible enemy, and like any great war hero, they deserve a song that celebrates their heroism. That, to me, was the epitome of that brief, and you couldn't have done that any better.
Yay.
Awesome. So much.
Jennifer?
I'm always going first.
I need to give Eric time to think.
As opposed to me, I just shoot my mouth off. No. Yes, I thought the song was good. You know what I kept thinking the whole time is how you guys are all doing really well. All the groups are doing really well. And this is your first crisis to meet in your life. Like some of us are old enough to remember September 11th, right? And that's the time we thought the world was ending, right? But I promise you this is worse because it was kind of like the world was ending only for like a month. And that's how it felt. And that's kind of when we sort of got back up to speed, you know, maybe, you know, a few more months, but the world did change after September 11th and irreversibly. And so understanding how you guys feel to be witnessing a crisis as adults is interesting to me. And I don't really remember a lot of creativity in the music industry coming out of that as much as it is showcased here today. So I'm quite impressed.
Eric.
Yeah, I thought it was very good. Stephanie, when you come in, whenever you're singing anything, whether you're singing lead or singing backup, it's like a angel comes into the song.
Yeah.
Like it's
for sure.
I don't know how to describe it as anything else. It's angelic. So that's always huge when you're singing and you're part of something. I think it was well written. It took me to a place of not only the current crisis, but I pictured like the field hospitals and like World War I and World War II, like the old episodes of Band of Brothers, and there's always like the angelic nurse, and that voice matched that feeling. And yeah, it's great. Great.
Yeah, I was gonna say the same thing, Stephanie. You have a beautiful voice when you came in with your backups. That sounded great. A really beautiful song. I love that you guys weren't. I know you were like, we're gonna make it more general than specifically the pandemic, but like you used Frontline really, really well. Like that's not necessarily an easy song word to sing and an easy word to put in a song, but you used it very well. And just tying in like the imagery of the war and stuff like that, you guys. I was a fan earlier. I'm a bigger fan now. Great job.
Kayla, how do you feel about it?
Hey, you guys, that was really beautiful. Stephanie, your voice is amazing.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, and I really like the end how it's, I think more than we can ask for. I feel like I want to say that to the girls that are in the ICU, girls and guys actually. But I'm going to work doing what I'm doing, but then I'm thinking of them and what they're going through. And it's almost like I want to give this song to them. So yeah, that was really beautiful.
Thanks so much.
Also, we're giving a lot of compliments to Stephanie. Sam, I think you did a great job as well.
Yes, you did.
You have this, you have this like slow, kind of like Asian Johnny Cash meets Mumford and Sons.
I don't even hear the kind of like, the more Mumford and Sons. I don't think there's any kind of like. It's funny, Sam, when you told us that you were brought up, you said in Hong Kong, if I recall correctly.
I was, yeah.
Yeah, like you actually sound more Canadian than most Canadians. So that tone in your voice is very kind of, like, very, to me, very Canadian. Mumford and Sons, kind of, as you're saying. I know they're not Canadians, but you make my point. But yeah, I will say, Sam, you've always got a great voice. I love the way you sound, and obviously it's just going to get better because you're young. You're still young, and maybe just past puberty. Just joking, I know. But he is young, folks. And, only a couple of little pitchy moments there, which is unusual for you. But otherwise, great. Yeah, for sure.
Thanks so much.
Thank you, group. We'll see you
in
a while.
Thank you so
Thanks,
much.
guys. Wow.
It's interesting because Patrick sang the demo. So they played me a demo, like a recorded demo, when I was with them earlier, and Patrick sang it. So it's hard when you like associate a voice with a song to then hear a different voice. I was like, oh. They're
Do you
so
think it
different.
sounded better when Patrick sang it?
I mean, I don't want to be mean or anything, but I just think Patrick is very good. And I should say I know Patrick, but it's not like I know him super well or we're like good friends or anything. We just know each other through music. But I feel like Patrick like sold it a little more with his vocals, and Sam sort of felt like he sang it.
The next group that's going to come in
The duo
is Bright and Early, the duo of Lauren and Johnny. How were they for you in your session?
I loved them. They were, I'm going to be honest, I don't think I changed anything, maybe one word in the entire song. I loved it. It's a very different, the next two artists are very different than the rest that just came about. And yeah, it's a really good vibe. It's slow, it's chill, it's very Ryan Adams. And I just love what they did, so.
Okay, there's two of them. Let's bring them in.
Bring them in, bring them in. Bro, what are you, me with that shirt on?
He's bringing the guns and the chest and all that stuff. Poor Lauren.
We're just a couple guys hanging out, right?
Okay, Lauren. Well, there's two of you, but you were the leader. How was it working with Johnny?
Honestly, this was probably my favorite day yet. I think it was super fun.
Okay, cool. Well,
we got a new duet coming to you.
Tell us about the creative process for the two of you.
Well,
go ahead.
Well, I mean, I just answered, so you can go ahead.
All right. This creative process, I think it's a very important job that they do, and I think there's a lot of things behind the scenes that we don't see what these people may go through. So I think with this song, we kind of took the approach of like what really goes on in their lives, and just taking that back seat and getting on a deeper level of some of the emotions they may deal with, some of the situations, and just letting them know thank you for being out there while we're in here. Hope that did a good job explaining that.
Before we jump to the song, say hello to Eric, Jennifer, welcome back, Stacy, and say hello to our special guest, Kayla.
Hi, Kayla. Hey, judges.
Lauren's in the sauna again, I see.
All right, let's go. Let's hear it.
Every day must be hard. You open those wounds of the daily scars. No time to heal, but the battle goes on. Each face, each bed, each growing dawn, you stay strong. You stay strong. Leave our loved ones in your hands, unaware what fate has planned. If you're the last one they see under the mask, then I'm okay with that. You stay strong. Thank you. Stand by you, it came blue. Thank you.
My daughter, sister, mother, trust you. While your father, son, brother, promise you, nobody hears your troubles while you're saving ours. Your lined face grows deeper, working longer hours. But you move along, you stay strong. So thank you for pulling through. We stand by you, the capes of blue. Thank you. So when you're feeling you can't save them all, but for the ones you have, you've risen to the call. Thank you for pulling through. We stand with you, capes of blue, while you're out there. Thank you from here. While you're out there, thank you from here.
Wow. There's the right amount of haunt in that song, in my opinion.
Shit.
Let's get someone else's. Eric.
Well, Johnny, I think that was your strongest vocal of 2 seasons of seeing you. You dipped into that falsetto range a little bit. That was good. My only critique for Johnny is sometimes you get a little too where I can't understand what you're saying a little bit. Like I have to really listen to what's happening. But I think that's your singing style. I think it's a little bit to do with production because you put the reverb and stuff on your vocal. So it
Yeah, I had to use a mic and then send a voice memo. So you can
but that taking the clarity issue away, it was still your strongest vocal that I've heard you do in 2 seasons, man. That was stellar. And Lauren, same. I didn't know you had that in you. You've kind of, because you've been in kind of some crazy groups leading up to this moment where things kind of got a little jumbled and messed up for you. And it kind of made you take a back seat. I think you excelled in just having just you and Johnny because it was like, boom, Lauren's here. Hello. Hi, Lauren. And yeah. Very good, guys.
Thank you.
Jen.
Yeah, I'm going to say that, cathedral setting on the acoustic was kind of throwing me off at first, making me having a hard time to hear the lyrics. But then, yeah, I say the same thing as Eric. It was, I can tell the lyrics were excellent, but there's a couple of moments where I didn't hear them properly. I love that it became a duet. Love it. That's the first ones we've heard. And again, Lauren, your voice sounded like an angel. And it was beautiful and absolutely, as CJ said, very haunting, which was a great way to take this, right? A little bit different than the other songs we've heard today.
Thank you.
Kayla, how do you feel about it?
You guys, I really love the duet. I also really love the lyrics surrounding family. I haven't seen a lot of my family in over a year because they live in the East Coast of Canada. So it was definitely holding back tears for that part, but beautiful song. I loved it.
That's what we figure if you're working in your trade and everything, line of work, is that you're out working, but then when you come home, there's people that still can't even probably come around you because they're you're at high risk, or so you're kind of just stuck in that bubble. It's doing your duties. And thank you for everything that you do, by the way. It's incredible.
Thank you so much.
All right, guys. We'll see you in a little while.
Okay. Thanks,
Thank you.
everyone.
All right. Well,
Wow. That was something.
Tough day here. Good thing I'm not picking the best and worst songs.
yep.
There was no clear loser. Usually there's one.
Yeah, no, like yesterday,
True.
we kind of felt like we knew which one was the least, and but I have one picked out that I think is the least, but I'm not going to say it.
Nope. It's all up to Stacy.
Oh no, but please do tell me because I don't know.
We'll
And as a
tell-
songwriter, I actually
And judge rules.
We'll tell you. We'll tell you. We'll have a conversation about it after we hear them all.
Yeah, and the
But-
next song is really good too.
Oh, we're not done? I thought that was the
No, we
last
got
one.
one- no, we got
Oh,
one more.
okay. Oh, let's keep it going.
Okay, last group. Song of Tears. Stacy, how were they in your session with them?
They were great. Really open to the suggestions I made, which honestly weren't much. They wrote a very interesting song that I'm excited to hear finished. And they seem to have a really good dynamic between the three of them in order to write something so creative. So I think they were great.
Okay, they're here. Let's bring them in.
How appropriate.
Hello.
Hello.
Song of Tears.
We're back.
Back.
We're back.
In shades of greens and earth tones.
It is. It's like you guys.
What are
have
you
color
guys,
coordinated.
communists? Come on, get a little color.
Oh my god. That's a can of worms. That's a can of worms.
He's a comedian, guys. Relax.
We're ready for battle.
Well, I used to be a comedian before the world took that away from me.
Yeah, right. Now look what he does.
Now I do this with you dorks.
Nice.
That makes you an honorary dork as well, man.
Exactly. Welcome.
Matthew, that was perfectly placed.
Got it.
I don't know that I've actually ever heard
A rebuttal.
an artist shoot back.
That's good. That's good.
And you're kicked out of the competition. Thanks for showing up.
Eliminated.
Good
Yeah.
night, everybody. That's
There are
right.
consequences to confidence.
I'm so hurt that I'm going to reapply my chapstick.
Ooh.
Song of Tears. Hi, guys.
Hi.
Hi.
Shelby.
Yes. Hello. Hey.
Hey, hello. Hey. You guys are always so bubbly. I'm
Yeah.
so happy to see you guys. Shelby, tell us how things went today.
Oh, it was so good. I love these guys. We're having such a good time together. I think we all feel the same way.
Agreed.
Absolutely.
Cool. Okay. No tension here at all. You guys sound happier than pigs and you know what. Let's hear the song.
This one's to you, the one who held true even though I don't know your name. I've been pacing for days, tried 10,000 ways to write this letter to you. Remember before this invisible war, who could know how the pages would turn? You still answer the call in the depths of it all, and I heard your voice say to me, when the smoke clears, you'll be alright, dear. You were my savior from sunrise to sunset. I can't forget, no, I can't forget when you gave me more than I could afford. Tell me how to give back. How do I give back to you? wish that I knew how to reach you, but I'm writing this down all the same. It's my hope and my prayer that someone somewhere will get this letter to you. Will get this letter to you. You said when the smoke clears, you'll be alright, dear. You were my savior from sunrise to sunset. Now I can't forget, no, I can't forget when you gave me more than I could afford. Tell me how to give back. How do I give back to you? You're my savior, sunrise to sunset. Now I can't forget, no, I can't forget when you gave me more than I could afford. Tell me how to give back. How do I give back? You held your ground through the storm, and you brought me home to the ones that I love. We'll remember your courage, live life to the fullest is the way we can walk in your shoes. You open the door to a life of much more. This is how we give back to you. This is how I'll give back to you.
Song of Tears.
Mhm.
Nice, sweet song. Is that a viola in there?
It is.
Yeah.
There it is.
It was crazy. Like Shelby just pulled. She's like, she didn't even mention it. She just pulled it out. She was like, "Oh, what's this here?" We were like, "We gotta have that in there. We're putting that right
The
now."
viola added a lot of depth to that.
Oh, good.
There were some moments where it seemed to stray a little bit vocally, if I'm honest about it. Overall, I like the fact that it feels upbeat. It didn't go in the direction of sad,
Mm-hmm.
reserved. So I can appreciate that you guys went in that direction, and that's what made it sweet. And the viola, good choice. Nice add in there. Stacy, your thoughts?
I just really loved that it was such a story song and so like reminiscent, and I know I said this earlier, of like kind of Bob Dylan meets Alan Boyle with the like East Coasty vibe, but very much like you are showing your appreciation. I know I said earlier too, what's that one line that I loved so much?
I'm writing it down just the same.
I'm writing it down just the same. Like, I don't think you'll ever get this letter, but I'm just going to write it anyway. And it's just like moments like those in songs that make your listener connect so well with you. And like, they've been there, they've maybe written a letter to a grandparent or an ex-boyfriend or whatever the situation. And they're like, you know what? I don't know if you'll ever get this, but I'm going to write it anyway, because I want to get this appreciation out, or I want to get this emotion out. And I just love so much that you guys took that approach to this song from a songwriting perspective. So kudos to you for doing something really cool and different.
Yeah, it's definitely different.
That line that Stacy mentioned about writing the letter but not being sure that someone will get it.
Mm-hmm.
Someone has gotten it, and she will take it to a group of people who will also get it. Kayla, how do you feel about this song?
100% I will. We've actually received handwritten letters from our community, and we do read them, and we put them on the wall in our break room just to read them when we're having a break. So
this just brings it to life, kind of. But it's happy tears because I can see a light at the end of the tunnel. It's almost like celebrating that there's a light coming. So yeah. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank
Thank you for everything. Seriously.
Thank you.
All right, group. We'll see
Kayla
you
makes
later.
me cry. Kayla, when she cries, makes me cry.
I tried not to.
All right, group. We'll see you later.
Thank you.
Well, okay.
Now what?
It's interesting because that was another song that Justin sang a little bit of for me. And when they said that Shelby was going to sing it and she sang a bit, I didn't know how to say, get Justin to sing it.
Oh yeah, really?
Justin
Yeah.
is a fantastic vocalist. Fantastic.
But it wasn't only that, it's the tone of the song needed a man to sing it for some reason. I think maybe it's because of the East Coast vibe, and maybe also because he sang it first. Because he could do it with the vocal guitar. And then when they tried to have her sing it with him play guitar, it was really fall behind, but I could tell it wasn't. I actually told them to drop the key of the song, but they couldn't because they'd already recorded
That's
it.
what I was thinking too, was going to be one of the things I said, if they could drop the keys. That's
I
interesting.
just didn't want to offend her. So I was like, okay, you guys do you. But I wish you guys could have heard that song with a male vocal, because that's why I really liked it earlier, because it was
So
very
really,
like,
Justin, because I was thinking Justin's songs maybe being too show busy, but it worked for this song.
I don't think he didn't sing it that way at all.
Okay.
Probably because he was singing it super throwaway, because he knew he wasn't the end of the day singer for it.
Mhm.
Which is kind of, that song just needs a story to be told. So I know that doesn't change anything, but it's a different
What the
song.
process was that they decided it was going to be Shelby.
Yeah, I don't know. They didn't, I didn't want to get into it because I was kind of already like, so why'd you guys choose her?
Right.
Without offending anyone.
Well,
She's a
we
great
have-
singer, don't get me wrong. It's just in this song, I think it needed a different voice. That was it.
We have some decisions to make, judges.
Do we ever?
Before we do, Kayla, thank you for joining us this afternoon. Thank you for all you and your husband do for us and for everyone in your care. It was really meaningful for us today to do this particular session with this particular brief for these artists. And so on behalf of all the judges, all the crew here, the producers, everybody, we want to thank you and your colleagues, and please take that message back to all of them with our gratitude and thoughtful thanks.
I definitely will. Thank you so much for having me. This is amazing. I had so much fun listening to these songs.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Thank you for all your hard work.
The judges' deliberation is quick and decisive, and with Stacy having to leave for a prior engagement, CJ is prepared to deliver the news to the groups. Welcome back, artists.
Hello.
Hey.
Hi.
Say hello again to our resident judges. You know who they are: CJ Allen, Jennifer Beavis, and Eric Johnston.
Oh.
Woo! Now, Stacy, unfortunately, she had to leave early, but let's throw things over to Levi. I want to get your perspective today, Levi. How are you feeling today on how your group did?
Okay, well, I think we did pretty good, to be honest. Considering we were all dead tired and the two girls were West Coast, so if I felt tired, I could just imagine what they went through. For what we had to do, I'm really impressed with the song. I think it went over really well. I think we got our story down packed. We got our point across. We brought in our twist, and it's a feel-good song that I think almost anyone can relate to. Because of that, I think we did pretty good.
Absolutely. Johnny,
Yes,
satisfied
ma'am.
with what your group came up with today?
Yes, I am.
Talk to me a little bit about the process.
The process went pretty well. I think it was just trying to tap into what avenue we wanted to take, and we took the avenue of just kind of respecting what they go through behind closed doors and what happens behind the scenes, right? Because I think a lot of times it's easy to go feel good, be happy about a situation, but that kind of like dulls the situation at hand and the actual things and factors that are being faced in every day during this pandemic.
Yeah.
That's all.
And Stephanie, I kind of want to ask you a similar question. I mean, how important was it for you and your group to write today's thank you letters to our frontline workers?
Oh, it was so important. And just getting the feedback from Kayla, she was a frontline worker, and just making that connection and having her, say thank you and that she got the message that we were trying to put, that's just really impactful, and that just sets the tone for what we did today. So yeah, it was really nice.
And I noticed Kayla's face as well. For every single song, you could tell she was very, very emotional and very appreciative of what all of you did today. So I just want to thank you guys for what you did. You know what? Why don't we just hear from the judges before we get down to the nitty gritty? Jennifer, I'll start with you. How did you feel the groups did with today's session?
As I said to them during the actual critiques, excellently. So far for me, even though I haven't been involved in every week, it was by far for me the favorite week. It sounds like it's been the favorite week of everyone so far, and I am extremely impressed with the product that came out of today.
And Eric, do you agree with Jen? Do you feel the groups really succeeded in conveying that message?
Yeah, I would say that. I think you guys did you guys all did great. I don't know how I'm supposed to word that. You all did very well. I'm proud of all of you. Every song we heard with a little bit of tweaking, I think, is radio ready. I can see them in, frontline worker commercials on the news. I can see them in kind of movie soundtracks. I can see all of it. I can see it. You guys did good. And yeah, everyone call me handsome. Okay. Just kidding. Go ahead. That was great.
All right. Well, you know what's coming next, artist? I'm going to throw it to CJ. Out of the 5 songs Stacey heard today, which group's song was Stacey's favorite?
Sam, and artists, Stacey had a really difficult time making this decision today. Ultimately, she did choose her favorite, though, and her favorite song came from Group Evolve. Congratulations.
So you guys know what that means. Evolve, you are safe from elimination today. So congratulations to the 3 of you. Well, with Evolve safe from elimination, that means PSLJ, Song of Tears, Bright and Early, and 700 Sounds, 2 of you will be having one of your members leave the competition. One of those groups have been selected by Stacey, and the other group has been selected by...
Sam.
Yes?
Actually, we judges have made a decision that we will not have any eliminations today. Today was an emotional rite for all of you, and we want to keep that heartfelt momentum, send you away today with positive vibes.
Yeah, you guys did so brilliantly today.
What do you think took us so long to get you in the group, you all little dorks? Huh? I feel the joy. That makes me very happy to see how happy you guys are.
You guys are silly.
But you know what this means, guys? Hold on. I hate to rain on your little parade here, but you know what this means. Next week was supposed to be a single elimination, which means next week is now a double elimination. So you guys better bring it next week. We cannot afford, literally production-wise, to do this again, to have a non-elimination. So you guys better bring your A game. Get a spray tan if you have to.
110%.
Yeah.
All the cliches. You bring them.
You know what, guys? You all deserve this. You all worked hard today. You each had a beautiful message. I completely agree with all of the judges. I don't think I've enjoyed listening to your songs more than I did today. So thank you for representing. I'm getting teary-eyed just saying it. So thank you guys so much for such a beautiful, beautiful day. Congratulations to all of you. And I cannot wait to see you next time. So please go and enjoy the rest of your day and know that you guys really, really did make a difference in the lives of these frontline workers who are going to hear these songs. So congratulations, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.
Everybody go cry. I know I'm gonna.
With no elimination tonight, the artists will face a double elimination next week. Who will go and who will be one step closer to the upcoming solo rounds? Find out next week on The Shot Canada.